Path of Fire is an expansion of all time. There, I said it. This is the second expansion of Guild Wars 2. That means it comes after the first expansion, Heart of Thorns, and all of these. Honestly, I could say that I had a really good time in this one. I may have even enjoyed it more than Heart of Thorns, and that one had the amazing Verdant Brink and Dragon Stand in it. Might have something to do with the fact that Path of Fire is where the mounts started to come in. As far as MMOs go, Guild Wars 2 has consistently shown me why it can go up against the elites, constantly taking my expectations and throwing them out the window. This game is one hell of a ride so far, and this is also coming from an MMO that has a severe lack of any sort of quests to do. Seriously, you have yourself the main quest and a handful of side quests you can probably count on your hand. At least, that's what I've seen so far. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of things I've missed along the way to where I am today, but as things stand, Guild Wars 2 is just built different. So different, it's almost like it's not the hot new expansion that ArenaNet just released, Secrets of the Obscure. I'm still behind, go figure. As I get further and further into this game, it seems to get better and better. With ArenaNet's unique approach to the MMO genre, this is a very solid experience. Glad to see the devs look at what works and continues to roll with it. From the base game to the Living World seasons to the expansions, Guild Wars 2 adds both narrative and hands-on gameplay into this genre. When a lot of MMOs follow the World of Warcraft model, Guild Wars 2 is a game in this genre walking its own path. Very commendable. Hi there, my name is MegaMadVlad, and welcome to part 7 of my journey and experience into the world of Guild Wars 2. This is a very spoiler-heavy series, so if you don't want spoilers, this is your chance to click off the video now. Other than that, let's set the stage. Balthazar, the human god of war, is running rampant, doing untold amounts of damage to the world around him. He needs to be stopped. Trying to stop a literal god with a small group of feeble mortals sounds about as useless as trying to plan Ash Ketchum's 11th birthday party. But we've killed gigantic elder dragons before. What could possibly go wrong? As always, expect heavy spoilers in this section as I give a good summary of Vladithar's journey. Let's begin. As we left off, Vladithar was making plans to hunt down the god of war, Kratos, Balthazar. Now, currently alone, he must start the next trek of his journey to the Crystal Desert. Vladithar begins his journey by talking to the very well-known Captain Ellen Keel, someone who accidentally insults Taimi and then gives them a ship to follow Balthazar. After meeting the crew, the airship takes off to the desert at the speed of montage. Wow. The Crystal Desert sure seems a lot less shiny than the name implies. Smoke from a pyramid? Time to investigate. Wow, they just don't build them like they used to. Now we come across the Herald of Balthazar, who is attacking villagers and actually committing murder. I can't believe they would kill people. I'd never stoop to their level of taking lives in such violent ways. And they ran away. I guess they really do follow Balthazar. You know, the god who ran. The Herald decided to exit stage left. So now Vladithar has to save the villagers and put out the fires. You guys ride raptors around here? Where have I seen that before? No idea. The village is saved and raptors are awesome. Time to travel to the nearby city of Amnoon. Taimi, is that you? You're breaking up.
Come hearing you. Some interference. Try get higher ground if you can.
Higher ground.
Oh look, both Ritlock and Casimir are written back into the story again. Oh no, I'm given the task of talking to politically powerful people, making the very important decision of keeping Amnoon free, having it work with a dwindling warrior group, or enslaved by a necromancer King Joko. Decisions. I had to choose the Sunspears. Come on, look at their name. Sunspear sounds pretty badass. Now I'm entering a casino? Oh look, It's one of King Joko's undead minions. And he's attacking the casino. Time to contact Timey by reaching a very inconspicuous high up point. Now we're on our way to go find another dragon named Vlast, who is apparently Aurine's brother. Oh hey Canuck, want to go ditch this popsicle stand and go fight a god where we might actually all die? Just Ritlock, Canuck, and myself, about to storm a major base of operations for Balthazar. That's a big boy. Time to take him down a few notches. Wow, I'm just getting destroyed here. Beat them all. Hashtag first try. Oh, it's the Herald of Balthazar again. I know your superpower weakness now. You can't win if I call the helpless people to me instead of you hitting them. She ran again, but this time in shame. I always knew my companions were fast, but now I know they can teleport. Ha! Beat the Herald this time. Wait, is that Balthazar? Didn't know the ending to the expansion was this close. Well, time to fight. We lost! Vlast, no! I hardly knew you. Oh, so it was Ritlock who freed Balthazar. You traitor, you. Oh, you didn't know it was him. Well, alright then. So it turns out I need to get these crystal shards that hold the memories of Vlast. It also turns out that I need a new mount to reach a lot of them because holy crap, there's 12. Well, in order to reach the location to get the next mount, I need to level up old Rapti here. Holy crap, Rapti can jump now. Got the new mount called a Springer. It's got the hops. Found all the memories. Time to head into Glint's lair and find out what to do next. Look, a really strong looking spear. If I can't have this spear, then no one can. Alright, now we're aimless. Don't know how to find a single rogue god and beat him. Let's go find some other gods. Found Cormyr. Who's Cormyr? Ooh. Ah. Exposition. And she's gone. But not before telling us that the evil god of war is evil. Time to contact Timey.
Timey, this is the commander.
There you are. I was worried you forgot about me.
New zone means new mount. The skimmer is great when you don't want to lose all your HP in the sand. Now, how do you melee a downed NPC? No, don't miss them! Time to find some long-lost city named Kesho. Found it. Red floaty ghosty guys and a gold floaty ghosty guy. Reds are bad. Oh, so Aurine can stabilize all the natural balance of the Elder Dragons. He's gonna do what with Kesho?
I must close the entrance forever.
Alright, time to meet my team. Don't recall any of them looking like Balthazar. Time to throw hands. Aurine, no, run away.
And now you die.
Balthazar killed me and now I'm in a new afterlife, unsure of who I am. Look, there I go! After me! Had to kick my ass 3 times now. Geez, I'm a glutton for punishment. Now the long trip of experiencing all the past major events in my life after starting the game. Everything before that doesn't matter one bit. Not like I had a sister that I saved in the first video or anything. Oh, I have to kill a monster that eats souls like me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if I lose, I'll be gone forever? Sounds easy enough. What am I gonna do? Die? I died! I won! Excuse me, King Joko, sir? Do you make hot cocoa? A Joko hot cocoa? I don't think he likes me. Ooh, I'm a ghost. Now that I'm alive again, let's continue onward to take down Balthazar. Now that we're in a new zone again, that means new mount, right? What do you mean, no? Fine. First things first, let's steal Joko's army because he was so rude to me earlier. Join me. Okay. Join me. Okay. Join me. Only if you can do this race. Alright. What kind of race is this? I win. Balthazar does not get distracted. He only tries to attack the wildlife when he knows he'll lose. Alright, it's time to finish Balthazar and his army off for good. Undead Ritlock just gave me his flamey sword of doom and terror. With this, I can do anything. Watch as Vladithar casually does war crimes while going to slay a god. Alright, Balthazar, it's just you, me, Aurene, and all of your minions you keep summoning to fight us. Okay, that fight was pretty epic. Would be a shame if I got an error code randomly. Damn it! Oh, he big! I guess now we celebrate having taken down a god of humanity. With an active Elder Dragon, one of a much bigger size than anything I've ever seen before on the loose, what could possibly go wrong?
I hate to interrupt, but did anybody feel that?
Feel what? Oh dear.
Tell me this is just normal desert stuff.
And so it begins.
And that's how it goes. I really ended up enjoying Path of Fire a lot. From adding in a lot of the mounts that we can use, to that of the minute-to-minute exploration gameplay. It all felt very fluid and like a well-oiled machine. Something was always going on somewhere, and there was always some way to progress yourself. That includes the masteries you get for each mount. You only need 3 of the mounts to complete the story of Path of Fire. Those would be the Raptor, Springer, and Skimmer. Each one gives you plenty of movement that you can now achieve that you couldn't before. If you want to go fast or jump across large chasms, use the Raptor. If you want to scale the side of the mountain with what looks like ledges on the sides, use the Springer. If you see a large body of water, sand, or just something random that you know will slow you down or hurt you, use the Skimmer. Considering all players can now access the Raptor mount as long as they've purchased any amount of content in the game, using the Raptor should be easy. Honestly, I was so used to how it jumped forward before that when I got the upgrade for it to jump even further, I was really surprised in a good way. As for the other mounts, there are 2 from what I understand. The Jackal is one of them, and I wasn't able to get the Griffin in time for this video. The Jackal apparently gets to make use of those floaty sand portals you see all over the map. While I'm a bit disappointed I wasn't able to unlock the Griffin just yet, I know it looks really fun. Though my disappointment grew when I found out that the ones you can borrow on the map can only glide and flap their wings a bit here and there to maintain altitude. Not really all that useful at the moment from what I've seen others do in the game. Regardless, you could say the staying in the air is great in itself, so there's that at least. Overall, the mount system feels amazing as usual. Guild Wars 2 is by far the best when it comes to this staple feature in MMOs. As for my thoughts on the story, just like with Heart of Thorns, it felt a bit short to me. But even with feeling like that, that could actually be its strength by keeping fluff content to a minimum overall. Being on the hunt for a god, losing 2 times only to win on a 3rd, it's a bit of a predictable formula in that regard. Take away that, I was honestly surprised each time I fought him before the final bout, mostly because I wasn't expecting to see him until the end of the expansion, so those first 2 fights were surprising in themselves. Add in how I only needed to upgrade one particular mastery to progress the story, that being the Raptor jump, I was able to use all of the movement features from the glider to the mounts to my advantage. Remember those blast memories from earlier? I was able to glide my way over to one of them, even though the game was literally telling me through Vladithar that I needed the Springer mount to jump higher. Another example is the game trying to subtly tell you to upgrade your Skimmer mount by making it levitate higher in the air. I got around that just by using the Springer instead. The more additions to movement that ArenaNet added to the game allowed me to skip through areas and even traverse in more creative ways. It feels great when you know you're in an area you know the game wanted you to get to through different means. Kind of like breaking out of the game's map. People do that all the time because they love breaking games. Honestly, one of the reasons why developers like to use betas and early access to test games with. The city of Amnoon had a great design in that it wasn't in its own zone like the base game liked to do. You could just walk out of the front gate and you're still on the first map of the Crystal Desert. So going from city to enemy territory was seamless. There are some complaints I do have about the expansion, however. It's not flawless. The meta events don't feel as big and grandiose as they did in Heart of Thorns. There was no Dragon Stand meta in Path of Fire. You could say that the final mission could constitute being the replacement of what Dragon Stand was, but that's also a soloable fight, rather than something that you need a ton of others to coordinate and fight with. The events also don't feel very integrated in the story of the expansion. They're more so involved with areas they take place in, which is kind of its own thing. Even with those complaints, I still think the Path of Fire is my favorite expansion so far out of this and Heart of Thorns. It just felt fun in the moment-by-moment gameplay through the entirety of the story. Heart of Thorns had mastery stopgaps every zone, as well as having the middle two zones be kind of alright to wondering where to go in general. Path of Fire also gives 5 zones instead of 4, so the story could be a bit more diversified with that. Though it was mostly just a desert, I can't really say that's any worse than Maguma's jungle-only scenery. Path of Fire is a great experience overall that I would recommend to any player of Guild Wars 2. Considering the masteries are account-wide, all you need is to unlock the mounts and get the masteries, and they're open for all your characters to use immediately. Seriously, the mastery system is such an alt-friendly experience. Exploring feels even better when you have so many different ways of traversal at your disposal. Add in the fact the map is made for all the mounts that you unlock here, and it gives a very natural form of progression. I had a lot of fun riding on the upgraded Raptor mount. It felt so much stronger and more natural to ride it in this new area. All in all, a very enjoyable experience from start to finish, with a few spots that really stood out to me, such as the mounts. Seriously, still the best mount system in all the MMOs. But with that said, this was my journey and experience through the Path of Fire expansion. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. The next part of this series won't actually be out for a little while. 2 games that I've been very much looking forward to play and make content on are both coming out in September. Starfield and the expansion to Cyberpunk 2077, which is Phantom Liberty. Both of these games are probably going to take me a long time to make some videos on, and the fact that they're basically back-to-back is even tougher. Though, right after that, I'm going to do the next 2 parts of Guild Wars 2 to make up for missing the normal spot. So I hope you all look forward to that. I wanted to let you all know that there will be more on the way, and that I haven't stopped it or forgot about it. Just that it's going to be a bit hectic here and there. But I'm so going to enjoy this. With that out of the way, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Adios.